So in this session, we are going to automate the Kubernetes installation, like the single node Kubernetes, so which we already covered in the previous video. Basically, the manual installation procedure. If you follow this previous video, so basically we install the Kubernetes SNK, that is single node Kubernetes cluster, on Ubuntu server. So these steps basically we need to manually put on the command prompt, and after like it will take like 30 minutes or something, then your cluster is ready. Okay, so in this video we are going to automate all these things using the shell script. So I have created some of the script for this to automate. So let me log into my lab environment. So this is one VM running. You can see one fresh VM is running, having 2 CPU and 8 GB of memory. So it is in running state. Let me log in from the PuTTY, that is SSH client. Yeah, so you can see I used the first command, that is IPA. Okay, so let me go through that script itself. Okay, one second. Yeah, so the script is available in my git repo, like ytdocs under script, and the script name is install kube package. Okay, so let me show you like how to run this script. So first thing is that you need to copy the script to your local directory, I mean your Ubuntu VM. Okay, this is only applicable to Ubuntu machine, not Fedora or something else. Okay, because all the package installation, everything we use the Ubuntu commands. Okay, so first thing is that we need to copy that script file to your local Ubuntu VM. Then after that we need to give the permission like chmod +x, your script file name. Then after that you can run that script using /. This is command line argument script. Okay, so that's why it need 2 parameter. First parameter is your Kubernetes version, so you can take your Kubernetes version from here in the release page. Okay, so suppose you want to install 1.33 or 1.32, like that, you can pick only this one, not the patch version like .1 or .5. Only pick this one, 1.33 or 1.32, like that. This patch version will be automatically selected by your respective operating system repo. Okay, so in this case I picked 1.33, and the second one is important, that is your NIC card name, that is your interface name. Okay, since I already told you my second interface, that is the Hostonly interface, we are assigned this Hostonly interface for the Kube API server initialization. Okay, so that's why I picked from the IPA command. You can pick where your Hostonly interface IP is assigned. So this is my Hostonly interface, and you can see I already assigned one IP address, that is .67. So I am going to install the API server on this IP, that is .67. So this interface name is required. So in this case I am going to put my interface name, that is enp0s8. okay, so since I already copied this script to my local VM, let me open that VM. I will just give overview of that script, how the script designed. The file name I keep like install kube packages. It basically install the Kubernetes package and the API server initialization. All these things is automated. So let me go through this file. Yeah, so you can see some of the parameters already defined, like Kubernetes package and the interface name using command line argument. Okay, so after that I have defined some of the variable for to use in the script, and first I validate whether it is a Ubuntu operating system or not. Then I have 2 functions called, one is a kubepkg install, that is install kube packages. So all these things, whatever step mentioned here, all are covered in our previous session, like where that file, this is the, yeah. all these things like swap off and loading this kernel module, all these things flashed are in this script, like in this function. I defined one function. Okay, so after that this function is end at here. Yeah, so this function ended here. Basically it will install your Kubernetes packages. Okay, whatever you selected, it picked that Kubernetes version and install the necessary packages. Okay, once the package installation is completed, then we can go ahead to initialize the Kubernetes API server. Okay, so this is the script, I mean this is the function to initialize Kubernetes API server, because we passed the second argument as the interface name, where this is the name. Okay, in my case, so you can change accordingly. So first it check whether the any previous version, I mean Kubernetes API server is running. If it is running, it will not proceed anymore. Okay, suppose you rerun the script once the cluster is ready, then it will not proceed to install again. Okay, so that's why I put this validation. So after that it will start initializing your Kubernetes cluster. You can see I invoked this command and passed your Kubernetes API server IP. So I fetched this Kubernetes API server IP using one command. Where is that one? Let me show you. Yeah, I get the IP from your input, like I provided the input like the interface name. From there it fetch the IP address. Okay, Kubernetes IP. So after that it will call that function. Okay, let me go to that function, API server initialization. So there is the second function. Yeah, this function what we discussed right now. Then after that it will set your home directory. Then after that it will apply your Calico CNI plugin. Then as you discussed, like Calico needs the interface to be patched in the daemon set, so I patched this one. So after that it will wait few minutes to initialize this necessary deployment, like Calico deployment and kube controller deployment. Then after that I remove the tent from the master node, because this is a single node master node, single node cluster. So then I will fetch some details like a Kubernetes node, cluster info, like that. Maybe this time like you may wait 1 or 2 minutes more. Okay, because the script is executed very fast. Okay, so you may wait 1 to 2 minutes more to initialize or make ready of all ports. Okay, then this is the condition where I called all the functions. Okay, if you did not pass the 2 argument, I simply create one script, I mean if else condition. If you did not pass the 2 argument, the script will not run. Okay, so it need 2 parameter. If you pass the first parameter only, this is the first parameter, then it will install only the packages. If you pass both arguments, then it will install packages along with API server initialization. Okay, so this type of validation I provided here. Okay, you can improve the script, you can copy and improve your script. Okay, let me show you how to run the script. Once you save this file, then let me check is there anything running Kubernetes. You can see package itself not found, means the nothing installed here. Okay, so let me go ahead, copy this interface name, that is enp0s8 in my case, because the IP is assigned here. So let me run this script. I'll show you how to run this script. /install. Then suppose I want to install 1.33 version and the interface name is this one. Okay, so then enter. Let's see how it install the packages and the Kubernetes initialization. Now it started. You can see it swap off. All the dependencies will be installed. You can go through that script so that you can understand what are the steps we need to follow. Now it's running the script. Maybe max it will take 5 minutes to complete the installation and initialization of the API server. It is completely automated, no need to interfere between. Now we can see it is going to install the, you can see here it is picked the 1.33 as we passed the argument, so it is going to install all the necessary packages like kubeadm, kubectl and kubelet. So the size is around 100 MB of download file. Now it's installing, I think, Cryo tool. Based on your internet speed, it will reduce the time. So the internet speed little bit slow today. That's why it is taking some time, otherwise it is very fast. Most, the package installation completed. All the Kubernetes packages installed. You can pick. You can see it is pick 1.33.1, which is basically available here. 1.33.1. So now you can see it is initializing the Kubernetes API server here. using the IP address, whatever interface name we provided, respective IP address is fetched from your interface name. Now it is initializing your API server, like making some health check. Basically in this step it will pull your respective images from your repo, that is 1.33 image. Since it's yeah, already downloaded. Yeah, now we can see it will showing you one join command, which can be used if you want to add any new worker node. For this case it's not required. Now the Calico is downloaded and patched. When it is patched the Calico, you can see the same interface is used. Yeah, so now it's basically waiting for the deployment to complete. Like the Calico deployment and the code DNS deployment should be ready. It will max wait 1 minute for this. If it is not initialized, maybe once the script complete its execution, then you can wait 1 to 2 minutes to complete ready for this all the pod. Basically in single node Kubernetes cluster, this patching is important, this patching the Calico daemon set. Now we can see the condition is met for this two deployment. Now it's going to untent this master node, because the pod the scheduler will allow to deploy the pod or schedule the pod on the master node, because this is single node Kubernetes cluster. That's why, otherwise it's not required. Now it's waiting for some of the pods to be ready. I think next wait 1 minute, I think. You can see here the deployment condition met. Okay, I have added the messages like this type of message, so that's why it's showing. Now you can see, yeah, so the script almost completed, done. Now we can see whatever message we passed, like fetch some of the information like Kubernetes get node, kube control get node -void. You can see the IP address is assigned and the control plane is running on 6443 port, and you can see all ports is ready right now. Okay, so we can manually also check. Okay, get node already. Okay, get pod -a. Now all ports are ready. Calico is installed, all ports are ready. Yeah, so I will cover the the cleanup procedure. If you don't need this cluster after a few days, then you can also clean up this using the script. Okay, so I will cover that part later. So this much for this video. Thank you guys.